August 7th, 1942, 0214 hours. In the black silence before dawn, the first wave of United States Marines waded ashore on a narrow strip of beach that would soon be burned into history, Guadalcanal in the Solomon Islands. They carried the standard weapons of the day, M1 Garand rifles, Browning automatic rifles, and Thompson submachine guns. But hidden among them was something unusual, something unexpected. In the hands of select Marines was a weapon designed not for war, but for hunting. The Winchester Model 12 trench gun, a pump-action shotgun, simple, rugged, and about to become one of the deadliest close combat weapons in modern warfare. The Japanese defenders were ready for long-range rifle combat, not for what came next. They trained tirelessly for bayonet charges, sword fights, and spiritual warfare, believing sheer willpower could overcome any enemy. But they had not prepared for the brutal reality of American shotguns, weapons that could fire as fast as a man could pump the action. Each 12-gauge shell carried 9 .33 caliber pellets. A Marine firing 6 rounds in 3 seconds could unleash 54 lethal projectiles, saturating an area with unstoppable firepower. Against this, the Japanese Arisaka bolt-action rifle never stood a chance. The devastation of the shotgun was so great that during World War I, Germany actually tried to have it banned. In 1918, the German High Command protested that the American shotgun caused unnecessary suffering and violated the Hague Convention. They even threatened to execute any American soldier captured with one. The United States replied coldly, "If a single American is executed for carrying a shotgun, we will execute German prisoners in retaliation." No one dared test that promise, and the shotgun stayed in service. 2 weeks after the landing came the real test. August 21st, 1942, the Battle of the Tanaro River. Colonel Kiona Ichiki led nearly 1,000 Japanese soldiers in a night assault. Exactly the kind of close combat their doctrine glorified. But waiting for them were Marines armed with machine guns, artillery, and in the shadows, men holding shotguns. As the Japanese surged across the sandbar, a storm of fire met them. At 20 yards or less, the Winchester Model 12 became a handheld cannon. Marines fired shell after shell in near-continuous slam fire, mowing down attackers faster than they could charge. By dawn, the sandbar was carpeted with bodies. Of the 916 Japanese who began the assault, nearly 800 were dead. More than its firepower, it was the sound that haunted the Japanese. That metallic, unmistakable sound, cha-chunk, the pump action cycling in the darkness. Marines would patrol the jungle at night, the shotgun gripped tight. When Japanese infiltrators crept through the grass, a single blast ended everything. In defensive perimeters, they waited, silent, motionless, until the enemy came within 20 feet. Then came the roar, and silence again. The Japanese called it the death sound of the jungle. By 1943 and 1944, the shotgun had proven itself across the Pacific. New Georgia, Tarawa, Saipan, Iwo Jima, Okinawa. In jungles and caves, it was unmatched. Marines used it to clear trails, blast through vegetation, and destroy hidden ambushes. In cave warfare, they developed new tactics, firing into openings and letting buckshot ricochet off the stone, turning confined tunnels into death traps. Veterans said the noise was beyond terrifying, pellets screaming, bouncing, echoing through the dark. It made even the bravest soldiers abandon their posts. On Saipan, during the largest banzai charge of the war, thousands of Japanese soldiers stormed American lines. Machine guns and artillery tore through them, but where the enemy broke through, shotgun-armed Marines stood firm. On Iwo Jima, The Model 12 became part of the infamous blowtorch and corkscrew tactics. Flamethrowers burned, demolition charges sealed caves, and shotguns delivered the final blow inside. The weapon wasn't mass-issued, only 61,000 produced, but in the hands of those who needed it, it was priceless. After World War II, the Winchester Model 12 lived on. In Korea, it patrolled frozen trenches. In Vietnam, it cleared jungles and tunnels. Its philosophy, overwhelming, close-range firepower, became a core American principle of war. You can still see that legacy today in the A-10 Warthog, in the AC-130 gunship, weapons built on the same belief: when the fight gets close, end it fast. For the Japanese soldiers who faced it, the Winchester Model 12 was more than a weapon. It was the sound of death in the jungle, a contradiction of everything they believed about the American soldier. They expected weakness. They found innovation. They expected fear. They met overwhelming firepower. From Guadalcanal to Okinawa, the Winchester M12 didn't just fire shells, it rewrote the rules of close combat.